So I even had one of those dudes come up to say that I'll pay for what I did, and I wonder what exactly I did, because I don't recall doing anything illegal or anything to hurt anybody. Um, I thought I'll pay for what I did, and I try to think like what exactly did I do that is so wrong that it must have been something like fucking you know I don't even know, like I don't even question, like those people are like they're nuts. And after seeing their involvement with the information they were spreading to the a certain community in San Diego. I don't know if they were doing it intentionally, but I've worked with the kids, and I know that their kids would throw their parents under the bus, for just to like be around the black community and stuff like that. So I don't even know what happened there, and it's just so weird to see that even Fox News is trying to like, like you get like different groups involved trying to like get under my skin because I just happen to either support Trump or not support Trump. So it's just so weird to even see this shit unfold where like they just don't get the message where like I'm just a nigga on vacation. I'm trolling the government agency that decided to hop on my back, invade my privacy, share my privacy with the world, and create a mess which I'm not taking any responsibility, none whatsoever for. And in terms of being mentally ill, I tell her something again. Okay, in terms of being mentally ill, and I already know that's just like insults. That's just like the basic insults of like what they use or whatever. My favorite one is like when they try to get under your skin, like no matter what they do or whatever. Like it's pretty weird. Like you already lost the game the minute. Like I can't really call it a game anymore because how you want to try to troll somebody, but you get caught in the emotion and you trip over yourself. That is a massive failure. It's like I don't. That's not even worthy of my. That's not even worthy of an intellectual battle. Like they start throwing people like Neil deGrasse and other like, you know, famous people. I think they even got what's his name involved. Um, they got like other people involved, and it's just like I was just like skimming through, and it's like okay, that's cool. I'm gonna go get my dick sucked and enjoy my vacation and continue being a nigga on vacation because that's like the best thing on the planet. You know, normally, like had those people not gotten involved, especially the retarded French and Germans and others from the UK, from the UK, from the UK, yeah, from the UK. Um, Especially like the other retarded whites from like the other places got involved into like a transnational intent, trolling assault against a single black person, just being on vacation. It's like I'm like a master at airbending, and I got to witness all the young Padawans come in and like throw their diapers in front of my floor. And it's pretty weird to like even see or think that people like Gutfield and others even think that I'm even taking them seriously. I took none of that seriously. Like I was just on vacation and getting my dick sucked, eating my food, falling asleep, getting drunk, smoking weed, and living life like a man who was on vacation while getting my dick sucked. And so it was many things like that, and it's just so weird to like even see that originating from the U.S. Navy was a whole bunch of lame people. They spill it over to children, who in turn spill it to other people, and then like that is like at least suck my dick if you're gonna come on with it. Like bring me all that stress. Like suck my dick, Alice. Like just like suck my dick. Like is it that hard to like at least suck the dick of the person who who's on vacation and you bring all that stress into like suck my dick at least, like get at least like suck my dick. That would be like I would not even complain, like if I had all those people line up and like coming on and like just give me a head and just living, like at least I know I left something in their mouth that was very sweet and wonderful for them to experience. My beautiful DNA that was blessed by me. on behalf of God. So, you know, it's just so phenomenal that to see that the white man actually everything that they've been saying about it, like the leech, like those people literally leech my information and made money off my back from that. And they constantly try to like get me in trouble, try to get me killed, try to get me murdered. I'm like, I'm on vacation, enjoying myself, eating my food, playing video games, going to sleep, reading the news. Like, I'm old, so I'm like an old man traveling. Man, like the smog is like very thick out here. So I'm just like enjoying myself and relaxing, and I get like this side of the government that comes in with like all these shitty ass rumors. It's just like, if you could put one and one together, you realize that somebody quit service 10 years ago, that they're just like regular civilians and they don't give a fuck about anything else. It's like, well, how is my current lifestyle any different from a fucking, from somebody who left service 10 years ago and does drugs? And, it's like, what was the argument back then? Like, why did they even bother? Like, they just don't get the message that I just don't give a fuck about any of the things they were pushing on me. Like, even the, like this shit is like so fucking retarded. Like, like these people like coming in front of me, like staring at me and expecting me to read their fucking minds. Like, I'm supposed to like fucking understand what they wanted. Like, like, what the fuck? You're just fucking weird to me. Like, why should I even like I don't even know what they wanted in the first place. It's like they just like showed up and expected me to know what they wanted, and it's like all I could do is just guess. And every guess that I take is a retarded one, because the white man is retarded, and they tried to like I don't know what it was. They tried to push on me. Like, even like I did not even let that happen. Like, I ignored it because how stupid it was. Even if they tried to like push the regular the veterans who are missing limbs versus like the veterans who like don't in like that priority sector. Like, I didn't even touch that. Like, I didn't know that. I left it as it is because that's not my judgment to make as a single person that's in between what the people who actually fought the wars and handle the those who actually fight in the wars of the future once they get out of service. That's their business. That's their legacy in terms of how some people are treated because of what happened during the previous draft, where like Americans who didn't want to take part of that war. As a matter of fact, that's like the best fuck you that is well deserved for that society, specifically for what they did to those Americans in terms of forcing them into a war that had nothing to do with them. And then as they return, they treat them like shit. So that's kind of like one of the best, one of the coolest story that I've ever seen in this history, is that seeing other veterans come together and take care of the future generations of veterans once they get out. So to like the enemies of the U.S., they won't care about that. They'll say, they'll still say like fuck you for even being part of it. So those people, like I said, they do not care about veterans. They don't even care about the current people who are serving. They don't care about nothing in relation to the U.S. All they care about is about blood, purging, starting waste wars, and mass killing, genocides, starting nuclear war, and it's all that crazy shit. And I felt baffled from it to like see that people will come at me from the system itself to try to enforce good behavior or the ideologies on me. Like, that was so weird to see that, I had people try to make me apologize for the shit I was saying about white liberals or even like Muslims and even Jewish people, or even like, it just felt so weird. And like, and when I revised the shit that I typed online, it was nothing brutal in any way. Like, I wasn't calling for the genocide of certain people. I might have been sharing past genocides or whatever, but that's just me trolling on the internet and nothing else, which doesn't really apply into real life. And in the places that I did it, like, it wasn't meant to be seen purposely to like, go out and hurt other people based off that. Even if it did, opinions are opinions, and that's just that. You can't really, well, in some capacity, but I wasn't going out to like encourage people to pick up a gun and go out and shoot white people, or even go out to like kill Muslims, or even like all that crazy shit that the white supremacists do, or even the other groups themselves do. So it's just so weird to see that I got picked up by the same group who take part in those activities and try to be thrown out. Like like it already happened. So like I said, it's no use crying over spilled milk. But the biggest fucked up part that they did was they started to like initially destroy the life of other people. That is something that they truly did do in front of me and tried to take my hand into their blood. They really did that. And the minute they like, even before that, like every time. I'm gonna stop trying to like get into the mind of white people because it is so retarded. So, just trying to think of like how somebody taught within that system that putting the lives of other people in danger just to teach me a lesson will actually outweigh the skill in terms of what I might have or might not have done. Because from what I recall, I haven't done anything from the time I was under surveillance or even before that would warrant the government, the U.S. Navy, and others involved from that region, preferably. It's an element of the Navy. Like they train those Navy SEALs, they train the Marines, they train the other groups. Combine that with the network, the white network that operates within them, with the Trump movement, it turns into a bigger part of the government force that's involved into the region. So it spills over law enforcement, it spills over the SWAT team, it spills over the special agents. It spills over the CIA, it spills over the Border Patrol, it spills over a certain government official, it spills over even Silicon Valley, and even Hollywood and other places. And that feels good. Scratch my back like that. And to see that those people assume that whatever they were doing, like I could have told them from the beginning that they were chasing they were not even chasing a rabbit, they were just chasing the hole that the rabbit avoids going into. Like to see that they did all this shit just to like put me in my place because somebody from the military, preferably young, the same age as Jack, like somebody from like 21 to like 28, somehow like had influence on the youth that play video games with, especially when in like places like San Diego where like the big streamers like they hang out in the bars where like the Navy hang out at. So, they all know one another in terms of like the entertainment and stuff like that. So to see that because those groups were involved in like gossiping about me to those kids, and like those kids went on to like expose me to their parents, and then see those parents try to get involved into my business, and to see that somehow these people taught or assumed that they were doing like God's work or like pursuing one of those like I said, I fucking wish that was the story itself, that somebody was actually chasing after like a troll or like a white supremacist, like somebody who has done wrong to somebody, and and they use the internet to actually get justice in a way, like the most the funny humiliating way, like they usually do. That's cool as fuck, but that was not the case. The case is that because it was connected to the far right, there was a white supremacist element that had certain friends in certain groups that started manipulating those people to use them against me. And I got to witness those people assist a murderer, a murderer, because I seen them kill people in front of me to put that blame on me. To assist a murderer, a rapist, and somebody that terrorizes neighborhoods late at night, 24/7 for an entire month. To see them assist that just because they assume, like because of the narrative, the trend, that because they assume that I was uncool. I'm not really uncool. Like when I came into that job, like everybody was like slobbing on my knob. Like I was like a stud. And like I was I forgot the name that they usually have for those dudes, but I was like the guy everybody wanted to know, or like but I keep my distance from some people. And I didn't want to change my attitude because they involved, like, I didn't want to change my attitude in terms of, I didn't care who was watching or who was doing what. Like, I didn't say I'm going to go on vacation. I didn't invite nobody on my line. I didn't invite nobody to, like, look up my internet history. I didn't invite nobody to, like, pick up an opinion after my opinions. And to see that, that the real murderers were actually manipulating those people into coming after me. Well, I'm not playing victim, but like it's weird, like to see them trying to reroute that aggression towards me, while it's like watching people guiding children to commit murder while the kids don't know what they did, while at the same time what they did was extremely wrong. So in my case, I got to witness the government use its tool to, like, both financially and coercively, to manipulate people to taint their in blood and eventually force them to accept it based off crazy ideologies like fucking Bill Gates has nano machines in the vaccines or whatever. So it's pretty crazy. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that group and that naval base for what they did. And I didn't ask for nobody help. Like I said, nobody helped me in any way. So, I never got my dick sucked from anybody, so I never received any help in any capacity. I was very good on my own, it's just so weird that as I'm on vacation, I get this competition spirit from, like, a specific group, and like it's just, like, so fucking weird that I'm a nigga on vacation, enjoying my time, and all I'm thinking about is just war and all sorts of other shit. While I'm getting my dick sucked, I'm getting high, and, like, I'm in space thinking about the simulation, the aliens, and, like, even God. She makes me see God sometimes. But anyway, the Earth makes me see God. Like, just to see that I'm stuck into, like, the universe itself, like, especially when you go from, like, Cali vibe, it's like to, like, get high and, like, drive on that high, get high on life and drive on that highway and just, like, feel the air, like, when you have your arm out in the morning and just feel the humidity. You just feeling the vibe, like the palm trees and everything. Like, it's that type of vibe where, like, you're one with the universe. And I'm on vacation and nothing is supposed to bother me, and out of nowhere I got this fucking cranky side of the US Navy who they're mad that they're stuck in a position in which they volunteer for. My ass that's been out the military for so long, it just so happened, like, I decided to work for them and just resign because they were getting too evasive with my privacy. So it's just so weird to, like, even see that nasty ass, like, it's just like, I don't want to see white ass chicks, like, like, I don't want to see that shit, like, like, I don't really care, like, the minute I got my passport stamped, the only thing I care for is actually my vacation and me getting my, the script, but me getting my dick sucked, and my dick suck and me eating food and sleeping and just enjoying myself overall. To see that those people, like, kind of came in cranky and try to ruin that shit, it's just so weird. And I asked for why. Like, I tried to look back multiple different things. I wasn't caught selling drugs. I wasn't caught in any murder case. Even if it was for, like, things like like going down to Tijuana and enjoying myself during some nights. Like, even that didn't make sense to me because that's legal in that culture and nation, and to see Americans, like, white Americans getting involved into falsely getting involved into their business just so they could wage war on their soil, it's just so weird. Like, I tried to think, like, what or why would they even bother to try to come after me? Like, they were looking for all sorts of shit into my character. Like, even the way I take a shit, like, they like, if they saw my dick had, like, a curve in it, they would complain about it at night not being straight. If they saw I had skin on my dick, like, I didn't really get circumcised, they would complain about that. They like, like I said, like, with those people, you don't give them no room for nothing, no negotiation, because they already feel that they're in a certain position, where they could just toy with you. And from then on it's just cruel, like so there's no room for negotiation here, like the only thing that you could do is respond back with violence in some cases, or the same level or a level higher than that. And I'm just questioning, like, what exactly, like, what was going through the process, the thought process. Like, did they think that I was writing off a scholarship and that, like, I was one of those good people, like, who came in and like I was given like some dog food by the white man, and I was offered a job into like the best fucking career job, whatever. They never told anybody that the contract that I had was in between me and a contractor that works for the U.S. Navy and not the U.S. Navy itself, and that the contract was based off 6 years to the minimum. That was it, 6 years. It was not really a career like that. So the minute you enter that job, you're put at the mercy of a certain what's that called? I haven't done that in a long time. I forgot. I forgot what it's called. But it's that thing where like they put you on a certain time, and they just to see how you do. If they don't like you, they get rid of it. So I had probation. So I had to deal with that probation for not 6 months, not a couple of months, but I actually had to deal with that probation for a full year. So once you do the probation, you can enter a new level, and from then on you're solid for but you still have to meet certain requirements. So based off those requirements, and if you don't meet them, then they could terminate you at any condition. Even within your employment, they could still terminate you within any condition, which is why I find it funny to even hear or listen to a fucking employer in the United States complain about employees going around and choosing their employer, because you run the contract, and whenever something go down, the amount of fishy shit that either party does is just like your complaint is not valid in any capacity. You can't complain about somebody choosing another employee over you, because you're also in a position to do a lot of dirty things to them, especially like things like not granting them their pension or whatever. So it was so weird to even see like grown ass white dudes who like part of the military, but they avoided the VA to like even try to come after me, simply because I left a job that was not even that amazing or whatever, and they felt that I was giving up an opportunity. So you work for like the first few, based off the conditions that's applied, and once you pass that, on your third year, you're stuck with one last year on that contract. Well, like that's it. That's your last year, or you're solid. And after that, it's based off your performance and whether or not your current team or manager or the team is looking to still keep you around based off how well you operate within their capacity, and how good you are at your job. So really there was no legal obligation for me to stick around that job. Well, like it felt like I was given dog food while I was like a stray dog in the city, and I was picked up by white people, and like they gave me that was not the fucking case. I was just like, I was straight up a fucking stud walking through with like my beautiful muscles so I was just like coming through San Diego alone, and that was it. I didn't care about nothing. I just cared about San Diego, just experiencing San Diego. And the job for me was just extra. Like the minute I left that job, like I get all those fucking middle management dickheads and the children come at me as if like the shit that they had was like the Wonder Bread of the century, like it's a fucking Viagra or something that permanently gives you a hard-on for like years until you die. And it's just so weird, like for these people to even try to even come up with, like, I don't know what they were spreading, like what kind of rumors they were spreading around, or like what they were doing, but like I told you, when white people fetishize you, Like that is it. You seen what was it called? Hey Arnold, how Olga, what's her name? Olga, that white girl. Like she had that Hey Arnold idol, that idol in her closet, and she was like that nasty ass shit with like the bubble gum or all like the junk you found in the trash, and she was like kissing it and like using him as like a sex doll or whatever. That's pretty much the case with white people. Like the minute they discover your ass and like they find something that they like about you, or like they found you funny, or even like they could use you to like make entertainment from you. Like they right on your fucking shadow. Like like they will worship, like they will glorify you and turn you into a fetish. So it was really weird to see that I go from an electrician minding my own business and just like getting my dick sucked in some places, and traveling, going on vacation, to like having like certain actresses, white actresses in Hollywood, which I never met, like rubbing the clits off of me as I like take a knee, for the things that I sent you the email about in relation to what happened to a certain person. So it was just so weird to like see that just because of my involvement with the U.S. Navy, that I won't say my life was ruined, but other people's lives were ruined in the process, and that they still tormenting the world where if they're nagging, because that is the specialty of the white people, is that they're able, especially white Americans, they're able to nag, complain, like complain. Like I'm talking about like dudes who like they hire hookers, and instead of just like having a good time and like going to sleep and forgetting about the rest. Those are people who like bring in a hooker and just like give her the entire rundown as to like why white supremacy is needed for the world, and like all sorts of other shit of them nagging. Like that is exactly what they did. They cry. They cry until like reality gives them what they want. It's just so weird to like see that I'm done with the court. I'm not playing basketball anymore, and I retired. I'm on vacation, and the people that I dunked over, or like cross or whatever, they're still mad to this date, and they're, instead of like coming at me personally, which I show them that I don't really care about them, they go after other people, just to like destroy their lives and put that on your guilt, just to ruin you psychologically, and throw you into a state when you're like stop having wanted to live. And it's just so weird, like to see and go through this experience, and to see them abuse the men. Like I don't know what's going on to the top process. Like do they think that if they made a pact to like show that they're better than that one guy that they happen to spy on, that somehow the political direction of the nation will go towards their way if they show they were better than that person? Like, I'm just one person. I don't have a crowd. I don't have a platform. I have no followers. I have no, like, the only people listening in on me right now is possibly just the U.S. Navy, other elements like that are interested into anything but sucking my dick. Like I said, like it would be great if like they would at least suck my dick, like at least suck my dick, like make my day, like do something that's do something that benefits me, at least to the very least, like like at least suck my fucking dick, God.